All right, we will start sitting. We'll start sitting, but for the first few breaths, if you're more comfortable lying down or being in like a child's pose so you can connect to yourself, we'll take at least 1 minute and just breathing quietly. I'll make sure everyone's on mute just for sound quality's sake. You are welcome to come up and unmute yourselves if you have questions or need to call my attention to something. And your breathing might be a yogic ujjayi breath. Or it may be simply bringing your attention to your resting unconscious breath, raising it to the level of consciousness. Both are correct. Wherever it is you feel the breath most palpably, whether it's the air entering your nose, the pressure that builds up in the heart, or a movement down in the belly. Let's find that area and let your attention nestle into it. Just a few more moments to continue to settle. Or if you need to gather your yoga toys, we'll probably be using a strap within the first several postures, or something that functions like a strap, a dish towel, a scarf, sash from your bathrobe. First, we'll come into seated hip opener. Come into a cross-legged seat right in front of left. If that's okay for your legs, you can leave the left leg straight. Walk the left hand directly out from the hip 18 inches and rest your palm down. Bring your right hand right into the hip crease. So heel of hand right at the top of the thigh where it comes out of pelvis, the fleshy part. And feel for just moving that flesh away from the hip a little bit. Open up space for blood, for fluid, for breath to get into the joint. Inhale, lengthen the side ribs up. Exhale, release your left ear right onto your left shoulder or in that direction. Big breath into the heart, widen through the collarbones. Exhale, bottom jaw goes slack. Now, if it's right for you, massage your right hand down towards the middle of the thigh a little bit as if you're lengthening the thigh bone. Then inhale, re-lengthen your spine, lift the back ribs. Exhale, tuck your chin down into your left collarbone. Like you're looking down at left leg. And maybe the right hand massages out towards the knee a little bit more, as long as there's no inflammation there. Stay right here with the head, the spine if you like, or inhale, get even taller through the back of the spine. And exhale, hang your head towards the left knee. Breathe into the back of the neck, the back of the heart. Breathe out and soften the shoulder blades down away from your neck, towards each other. Leave your head hanging as you walk your left hand back in to recenter your torso. Chin rolls down to chest. Bring your right palm onto your forehead. Just a little pressure, head into hand to release the back of the neck. Inhale and exhale. Put your head back on top of your spine. Change the cross of your legs. Walk right hand out to the side. Rest the palm down. Totally fine if your right shoulder hikes up as you put your body weight into the right arm, if that feels safe to shoulder. Left heel of hand, if this is okay for your hand and your hip, tucks right into the hip crease and makes a little space there. Inhale, lift the side ribs up into your armpits. Exhale, release right ear to right shoulder. Continue to relax your jaw. It's helpful to slide your lips or move your jaw around. Soften around the tongue. Do that. Maybe massage the left hand down towards the middle of the thigh. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, chin into the right collarbone. All these head positions are suggestions. The neck is complex. You might find a different direction to release your head into. The key is to release, to feel for relief and release. Maybe the left hand makes its way towards the left knee. Inhale, taller through the back of the spine. And if it's right for your body, hang your head to the right knee. Now the shoulders ease back towards each other, away from the head. And breathe wherever the sensation is clearest. It might be all the way down in the left hip, or somewhere up the left side ribs, or in the neck itself. As if your breath could start to untie the knots in there. Leave your head relaxed as you come back to a centered spine. Chin rolls down to chest. Left palm to forehead. Feel the lengthening in the back of the neck. And keep the neck completely relaxed as you prop your head back up. Have your strap handy. Let's open the legs into a straddle type shape. It doesn't have to be a wide straddle, just something to extend the knees out to open the inner leg line without straining into the low back. So if you round yourself back, you might need to bring the legs in a little bit or sit up on something. Let's put the hands on the ground by your hips to help you lift up out of your low back and flex the feet and point the feet and flex the feet and point. And then circle your ankles 3 times in one direction while breathing. And then 3 times the other direction. And we'll stay in straddle 4 hand exercises if it's okay for you. Maybe keep the feet flexed, the pinky toes pointing up to ceiling. If you prefer to come back to a cross-legged or more comfortable position, do that. Then spread your hands wide, your arms wide. Spread the fingers wide. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck your thumb down into your palm and then roll 1 finger at a time. Start with your index finger over the thumb until you have a soft fist holding your thumbs. Inhale, punch out a little bit to drop the shoulders. Exhale, tilt your fingers down to the floor to stretch the thumb. Then inhale, press your hands out to the sides, fingers point to sky, thumbs forward. This time start with your pinky finger. Exhale, roll it down, and then each finger follows if possible, like a pianist. Again, punch out a little bit, widen through the collarbone, widen between the shoulders. Inhale into that space. Exhale, roll your fist down to the floor, stretch out the back of the forearm, release your jaw. Every once in a while, you might catch yourself sucking on your thumb as you release the shoulders, your thumb, sucking on your tongue. Relax that. Relax your arms. Bring your legs into a Badaknasana, help them together, or any other comfortable seat. Have your strap. If you're choosing Badaknasana, definitely active feet. Press feet together, spread toes, and gently press the base of the pinky toe into the floor to help you lift out of your hips. You can do that in cross-legged seat too. You just won't press so much. Strap, hold it overhead. Soft fists. Inhale, lift the whole rib cage up, front side and the back ribs lift off your hips. Exhale, pull on the strap like you could rip it apart and feel the shoulders drop down. Now, you're not really trying to rip the strap. You only need about 5% of your strength. So just pull and feel for a softening at the base of the neck, or maybe a massaging sensation in the base of the neck into the shoulders. 2 more breaths. Inhale, lift the side ribs up into your armpits. Exhale, release your arms down. Either cross-legged seat right in front, or some of you, knee pile is accessible for a forward fold, gentle forward fold. So knee pile is right knee stacked on the left. If you simply want to cross your knees or shins and then bow your head forward, getting into the sensations in the back of the body. And into the hips. If you came fully forward into your fold with your whole torso, then connect to the strong muscles at the base of your body. Reach your tail back, hug your low belly in, and have that start to pull your spine up. Hands help as much as you please. Even if you're just lifting your head up, you'll notice how that activation can start way down at the base of the spine. Change the cross of your legs, cross-legged or knee piled. Half knee pile might be the more accessible leg position, but it again be an intense forward fold. So choose what works for you at this point, 5 minutes into practice. Reaching back through your tail, hugging your low abdominals in, and easing your spine up. Maybe the hand props the head up. Let's get back to the shoulders. We'll unlock the shoulders. So once again, any comfortable seat that allows your spine to be straight, your breath to be full. I'll come a little closer to camera for this. Reach your right arm forward directly in front of your shoulder. Bend your right elbow. And then reach the left hand for your right shoulder blade. So right behind your armpit, you might have to palpate your thumb into the back of your armpit to hold onto the bone, your wing bone there. Okay. Take a breath into the right shoulder socket. Imagine you're filling it with, I like to picture honey as my synovial fluid, something yummy, viscous, and nurturing. Exhale, peel your left shoulder blade down, but keep the elbow moving forward and up. Now place your left palm against your right inner elbow. And 5% of your strength, elbow into hand, hand into elbow. Send another nourishing breath into the right shoulder. Exhale, peel your right shoulder blade down. Gently press elbow into hand and forward. If you've ever had a dislocation, especially the shoulder, but really any joint, then you'll stay in this position for the next 3 breaths. If your shoulder is stable, this all feels fine, then hold on to your upper arm, wrap your fingers over your right biceps, send breath into the right shoulder socket. Exhale, draw your right shoulder blade down from ear and slide your arm bone forward from the joint. This is not an attempted dislocation. It's just a way to make some traction, like the hips. Space in the joint for breath to fill, fluid to fill. And the old congestion to rinse out. One more time, left palm against inner elbow. Inhale. Exhale, hand into elbow, elbow into hand. Drag your right shoulder down. You might feel the tension wanting to hold on, your fists gripping, then send it off your fingertips. All right, relax your right arm. Let's extend the left leg open into a half straddle. Just for a change of leg position, you might choose a different position. We'll stay on the right shoulder. Reach right arm out to the side. Turn your thumb down. Now, right away, if there's any pain when you rotate your arm in this direction, don't do this. Come back to the unlocking the shoulder or do some shoulder shrugs. If this feels safe, uneventful, wrap right arm behind your back, catch it with your left hand, and then supporting right arm, relax the shoulder. A few breaths to let the right shoulder continue to drain and droop. Some of you have perfectly healthy, uninjured, uncranky shoulders. Well, then maybe the right shoulder relaxes so much that there's room to start to move the right hand up towards the space between shoulder blades. But once you feel any amount of tension, I want you to back off to connect what you're feeling. Send breath. And use your breath to unwind the gripping. I'd be curious what else lets go when our shoulder starts to let go. Sometimes my eyes feel like they widen. All right. Right hand slides against the small of the back to release the bind. Most shoulders will like that. And then come into your comfortable seat with the other leg in front. Left arm forward, bend the left elbow directly in front of shoulder. Part 1, we'll find the shoulder blade. Reach around with your right hand. If this is uncomfortable, like painful to reach around, then you'll just have to mentally track where your shoulder blade is. But if you can take hold of that big bone, breathe into the space underneath it, and then exhale, drag it down, send the arm bone forward from the shoulder. Now place right palm against your left elbow. Breathe into left shoulder socket. Fill it with fresh blood, fresh nutrients. Exhale, peel shoulder blade down. Send elbow into hand, forward and up. Drain the old gunk out. Same rules. If you've never had a dislocation and this shoulder's feeling happy about, well, happy's a stretch for this series, but comfortable enough with this. Wrap over the left biceps. Breathe into left shoulder. Exhale, drag shoulder blade down and glide the arm bone forward from the joint. Connective tissues kind of like taffy, very slowly softening and lengthening. No abrupt movements. One more time, press hand into elbow, elbow into hand. Inhale. Exhale, drag your shoulder down and maybe send the elbow up and the hand wrist out to the side if that rotation's available. Woo. Release your arm down. If it's right for you to open the other leg, I think it's right leg opens into half straddle this time. If not, in a comfortable seat. Left arm out to the side. Take a breath and exhale, turn your thumb down. And if already this rotation is nopes, commonplace for tears, don't do this. come back, or do yummy movements. If you're comfortable, bring the left arm behind the back, catch it, and then relax the left shoulder. So relaxed that if you let go with the right hand, it would just kind of fall. You feel like your arm could fall off, that relaxed. And if you want to move towards a half archer bind, that's fine, but with the intention that we're releasing tension, not trying to get anywhere. As you release, the left hand might want to slide against smaller back. And come to all fours. Yeah, let's go to all fours for a moment. Micro twisting quadrupad. If being on hands and knees doesn't work for you, stay on your seat and I'll cue you through shoulder shrugs once I set up this pose. Tabletop, hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. And if keeping the arms externally rotated is okay for your body, that means turn the eye of the elbow forward, ease the head of the shoulder away from your ears, and see if you can maintain that. If that creates any pain, then skip it. Just leave the eyes of the elbow facing in towards each other. More natural rotation. Inhale to lift out of your shoulders. Exhale, drop the top rim of sacrum down just enough. You have a natural curve in your lumbar spine, but you still feel connected to your core muscles. They're not blowing out. That will all stay very steady. Breathe into the back bottom ribs. Turn your chest to the right so much that the right hand might flow out up half an inch. Relax low belly out and then exhale. Hug your low belly in to peel left knee up. Hand down, knee down. Come back to neutral with a relaxed neck. Breathe into back bottom ribs, turn left until left hand floats. So no sense of lifting the hand. Just let it float. Release your belly so you can find it. Exhale, pull belly in to float right knee up. For some bodies, lifting the knees hurts the pelvis or the low back, then skip the legs, just do the shoulders. Center. Breathe into back bottom ribs as a way to keep spine straight as you turn right. Relax belly, exhale, hug low abdominals, pick left knee up. Keep going, finish this round and then do 1 or 2 more full rounds. If anyone I can't see is sitting, shoulder shrugs, inhale, shoulders to ears, back and down. A few more times. So you can keep the floating knee from floating back. It just comes up, almost like you're retracting it in towards your low belly. Yes, just like that, Joe. So connecting to the deeper hip flexors rather than our really tense thighs. Once you are complete, we'll move right into Dolphin Prelude, which means come on down to your elbows, clasp your hands. You might scooch the knees back or wider so you can rest head on the floor. A little like child's pose, but I want your hips to stay high, more like a down dog in the lower body. You can, if it's right for your body, you can hug the low abdominals in just like you would in down dog to reach tail back. For some necks, that's best. Some bodies are okay just yinning out, relaxing into this pose, and it's safe if your body says so. And then keep your neck relaxed as you shift your weight forward to float head off floor. And let's come back to our seats. Yes. So sitting comfortably in a way that you feel like you have some play in your pelvis, that you're not just locked like we are at our computer sometimes. So cross-legged doesn't always work for everyone. For some bodies, that will mean kneeling and putting a block or some cushion between your heels. And this will give your pelvis a lot more play. So do what's right for you. Tall spine, hands or attention on the low belly. Let's continue our diaphragmatic breath, breathing into back bottom ribs and relaxing low belly into hands. Exhale, hug the low belly in. Again, inhale, inflate back bottom ribs, relax low belly out. Exhale, massage the low abdominals in. Now, right away, you might feel how this starts to tilt the pelvis. If not, just stay with the breath. Inhaling into back bottom ribs, releasing low belly, and rocking towards your pubic bone. So spilling your guts forward. Exhale, hugging low abdominals in and rocking back towards your tail a bit. Top rim, sacrum back. Inhale, back bottom ribs, top rim, sacrum dips in. And exhale, massage low belly against the low back. Flatten it. A couple more breaths like that, either with an invisible rock or a very internal flush of your chi. And we'll bring the hands up to the heart center. Rocking root down through your pubic bone a bit. And then inhale to lift the heart onto your hands. Exhale, soften the chest down. Feel the back widen between your shoulders. A couple movements like that, lifting the heart as you fill it with breath. Exhale to soften down. It is also correct to breathe into the upper back. And then exhale to soften upper back, lift chest. So which end you breathe into doesn't matter. Feel what's organic to your body. What creates a sense of freedom. And last piece here, interlocking hands at the base of the skull. So the bottom points of your skull can rest right back into your palms, thumbs, run down, supporting neck. Inhale, widen the elbows, letting the head rest back, like you're looking at the stars. And then exhale, draw the elbows in, tuck the chin down, maybe just a tiny movement. Please don't pull or yank on your head neck. Inhale back and forth, or breathe back and forth. Range of motion is very individual. Connecting to your full breath will give you the space to feel. And either keep going a couple more breaths, or if it's right for you, next time you're resting your head back, your elbows wide, take a breath, lift the chest up a bit more. Exhale, draw the elbows in close to your ears, but keep your head resting in hands, and maybe send elbows skyward. Release the contents of the skull completely. And if your heavy head started to weigh you backwards, that's fine. Use your hands and your low abdominals to pull the head back up. And release the hands, extend your legs out in front of you. Right knee bent for a spinal twist, right foot on the floor. You can leave it uncrossed. You can cross it, Or for some bodies, it's actually more comfortable to drop the right knee open. Totally fine. Left hand to right knee or elbow to knee, whichever shape you're in. Let's inhale to lengthen spine. Exhale into your twist. We'll take a real subtle pulse with the breath. When you breathe in, back out of the twist a bit and really get big through the torso. And then on exhale, maybe there's a little more space to bring out. 3 more breaths like that. Real gentle pulse. How much your head and neck move with the twist, I'll leave that up to you. And the theme is unwinding, relief and release. Next inhale, release the twist, extend your right leg out. Left leg, if possible, mirrors what you chose for the right leg. Whatever's happening in left knee, hip might be different enough. It has to be a different twist. That's fine. Turning slightly to the left, right hand or elbow to knee. Inhale, expand the side and back ribs. Lengthen up through back of neck. Exhale, continue to lengthen into your twist. And if that little pulse works for you, back out. Flush your twisting muscles with a fresh breath. And exhale, wring out. Like a sponge you want to keep forever. Real gentle wringing. Keep going. And after this last breath, release back to center. We'll come to either dolphin prep, dolphin, or dolphin on a chair, which can also be done at the wall. So dolphin on a chair, I'll demonstrate. You're doing the same thing on the wall or the chair. This just gives you some room to not be down on your knees. If you're down on your hands and knees, you'll come down onto your elbows. If you're using a chair, or the couch works great for this too, or the bed. I can pantomime the wall too if I see anyone go to a wall. Wrap your hands around your upper arms. That should line your elbows up right under shoulders, which can be a very protected position for joint as long as it feels right to you. Clasp your hands. If you're on the floor, well, everyone, press your wrists down to lift out of shoulders and hang your head. And everyone, leaving your down dog tail up and back. If you're on a chair, you can walk back a bit. If you're on your knees, you're welcome to lift your knees up for full dolphin. Most advanced, and the part of this pose we want to focus on is releasing the neck. Keep hugging elbows into ears and then relax your neck. If you're doing this at the wall, you can set up elbows on the wall. That can be a little congested. Hang your head. So you might prefer instead to put hands on the wall, leave your elbows a couple inches off the wall. Turbo dog on the wall. Again, release your neck. And then walk back until you can just kind of relax head, stretch your down dog tail back. So if you've been in the pose, take 2 more luscious breaths. If you're on the floor, pressing the floor down into the floor to get that lift out of the shoulders. Head will try to do the lifting. Head can't. It has to hang. Good. All right. If you're on the floor, set your knees down. If you're on the chair or the wall, you walk your feet back in with a relaxed neck. And everyone, find your way up to standing nice and slow. Standing for bird's wing. Coming into a Tadasana, feet hips width apart variation. Palms up, elbows hug into the side ribs. Inhale your pinky fingers into touch. And exhale, rotate the hands out. Keep hugging the arm bones against your rib cage. 2 more pulses like that. Inhale, pinky fingers in. And exhale, open, but tenaciously hug arms against torso. 1 more breath. Relax your arms down. We'll take a moment in our grounding exercise. Separate your feet a little wider than hips width. Find a grounded stance. So if that's more like a catcher stance, maybe your toes turn out. A position where you feel connected to your legs. If your cat or dog were about to leap at you, they wouldn't knock you off your feet. That grounded. Feel for equal balance in the weight of the heels and the balls of the feet. Whether you stick your tail out or tuck your tail under, just feel for a way that your pelvis feels like a balloon almost, just hovering, part of your ground. Now feel into the left foot. Trace the inner outer heel. Trace the base of the pinky toe across the ball of the foot to the big toe. And feel all parts equally sinking down into your mat. Maybe so much that you feel like you're shifting onto the left. Cool. If your right foot altogether comes off the floor, it's just because your left foot is getting so grounded. And then come back to center. Feel into both feet equally, both heels. The ball mounds of both feet, big toe to pinky. And start to trace the right foot, inner heel to outer heel. Up the pinky blade, across the ball of the foot, to the big toe mound. In a sense, you're imprinting, like you're making a clay print into your own floor. And maybe so much that you shift your weight to the right. Come back to center, feel both feet on the floor, feel your pelvis hovering right between. And on your own pace, do go to each side 1 more time. This time, maybe the right foot will float up, maybe. But imagine there's a ceiling right at your head. So if it floats up, you're not going up into the ceiling, going down into left foot. Hands, do whatever's helpful. Sometimes it's helpful to feel the hips stay steady. Sometimes you pretend you're a tightrope walker holding a bar. Still breathing. And the next time you come to center, no hurry. You'll just come into Tadasana with the feet closer together, 1 hand on your belly, 1 hand on your heart. Let's feel you. Vrikshasana, tree. Variation, putting your knee, your tree knee against a wall, or some kind of surface. So I don't have access to a wall. A wall works best. So you would stand with your right hand on the wall, help yourself into your tree, and then let the right knee touch the wall. And then I'll let you feel what happens. This does work with other props. My chair is wood, so I'm going to put some padding over the wood and come into it in a way I can set my tree up. Generally recommended the right foot above or below knee joint, not right into the joint. I haven't tried it with the couch, but that might work too. It's a little low. That's fine. And then feel how you can kind of shift the weight to the inner leg line, the big toe line of your standing leg. And maybe you reach your arms up like you're holding a yoga block over your head. Any other arm position works too. And slowly bring your arms down. If you're balanced against the wall, you can try to shift your knee off and then set it down. Figure out what parts of your core do that. And then go ahead, do the other side. Those of you not using a prop, it is a longer hold. So do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. And even with the support of wall or prop, eyes are steady. Well, with the wall or prop, you can close your eyes and feel inside. Without the wall or prop, you can close your eyes and feel. Mm-hmm. Trees that come down and get replanted are a thing. Just start again. Exhale, slowly bring the arms down. Maybe connect to the right leg knee off the wall before you set it down, but you don't have to. And then come back to center one more time. Feet in a Tadasana. Maybe the big toes touch, maybe not. Other hand on belly, heart, if you can figure out which one that is. And both hands to heart center. We'll start with one sun breath. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bring it to your heart. Either stay with the sun breath or move into half sun salute. Inhale, arms up. Exhale back to heart or forward fold or catcher stance. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale. 2 more half suns or 4 more sun breaths. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, inflate your heart. Exhale, release your neck. Inhale, rise. Exhale to heart. Once again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale halfway or half lift, full breath. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to center. All right. If you have a chair, I will talk through the strap on the chair. You could also hook your strap to something that'll hold it. I can't pull my chair unless I sit on it. So if you're using a chair, you'll sit on it, hold straps overhead. And don't worry, I'll break this down. Elbows in, elbows up, pull on the straps. If you're not using a chair or there's nothing you can hook your strap to, you'll come into a warrior one leg stance, right leg forward, half archer, right arm up, bend the elbow, hold your elbow. If you want to use your strap for the full bind, that's fine. So those of you who are curious about the strap on the chair or strap, I've done this in the studios where we hook on the ballet bar, stair railing, something. But if you're using a chair, you get to sit. If you're using a bar or something, you'll stand in front of it and the strap will start to pull you backwards. So breathe into the back ribs. Keep lifting the back bottom ribs out of your low back. Hold the straps on top of your head or just behind your head. Let's hold the straps in the left hand and then hold your left hand with your right hand. So your fists are even, not one behind the other. Inhale to the back ribs, back of spine, draw the elbows in. Exhale, send your elbows up to the sky and start to pull on the straps. And your straps won't give, ideally. But maybe your tight muscles in the upper back will start to unwind and your arms go backwards. Maybe not. It took me years for it to get any movement here. Usually I just hit the wall and got annoyed at the teacher. And that's fine. Just breathe with that. 2 more breaths. And slowly your arms release. Those of you standing in warrior, go ahead, change sides. Half warrior, left elbow up, full binds are welcome. Those of you who are up for another round on the chair, this time holding the straps with your right hand, left hand holds the right. Inhale, hug the elbows in. Exhale, elbows up to sky. And maybe that's enough. Maybe you can feel those lines of tension at the base of the neck and your upper back. And you start to run your breath through them. Reclaim that space for yourself. If there's room to pull on the straps and let the arms move back, that's fine, but that's not the goal. The goal is to carve out the space inside. One more breath, whichever shape you're in. Everyone lift the side ribs up. And exhale, release. All right. Find your way back to your mat or clear your toys off your mat. Bring your strap with you. I'll use it in a moment. But first, we'll come back to our seat. For shoelace for forward folds. So I will offer shoelace, which is crossing right shin in front of your left. So as opposed to cross-legged seat where we cross the ankles, you'll bring the feet forward. You'll walk them towards the knees, just getting into a different space in your hips. Hands can be on blocks, head can be on block. Some of you have more room in your hips. You want to stack the right shin on the left, foot on or beyond knee, knee on foot. You can. This is the same targeted stretch as figure 4 on the back. So if that's where you'd rather be, go for it. Those of you in the seated forward fold, if you like, inhale, lift your chest, walk your hands towards your right foot or left knee, and exhale, soften in. If you're on your back, you can rock your knees towards the left, maybe all the way to the ground, or maybe just a little twist. Seated forward folds, inhale, lift and lengthen. Walk your hands over to frame the right knee or over to right thigh. And exhale, bow. If you want to pick your legs up with the right ankle still crossed and drop your knees to the right for a spinal twist with your foot hooked. You may choose to unhook it when you get there. Feel that out. And then one more time, come back to center, inhale. Exhale, soften in. Again, those of you in seated forward folds, if you're come pretty far, then reconnect to the muscles around your tail and sitting bones, to your low abdominals, and ease yourself up. Change the cross of your legs. Figure 4 is on the back. Cross your left ankle. And on the side right away, we'll walk our hands over towards left foot or right knee for the little twist. Or as you're ready. Figure 4 is on the back. If you want to drop your knees to the right for a little more twist, you can. And inhale, seated figure 4s. Lift and lengthen. Get taller and taller through your spine as you walk over towards left knee or thigh and bow. Bowing can always mean simply releasing neck jaw. And inhale, lift and lengthen. Walk your hands back to center. Exhale, bow. Now, figure 4 is on the back. I forgot to offer a twist on the other side. If you didn't do that, drop your knees to the left. Inhale, glance forward, hug your low belly in. Come on up. Ease yourself down onto your back. Before we do our final pose, or penultimate pose, Shavasana's final, we'll do 3 small bridge lifts. Start with your knees bent, your feet on the mat. Press your feet down, tuck your tail to lift your hips up. Maybe reach the arms up overhead. And then exhale, hips down, arms down. The hips may not come up high, but just feel for the wave in the spine as you inhale, fill up from the pelvis, up into the ribs and the heart. Maybe the arms reach up. Exhale, roll down. Take one more undulating breath like that. And when your hips come down, breathe into back bottom ribs. Exhale, hug low belly in to pick right knee up. Hook your strap over your right foot. And bend and straighten your right knee a couple of times. That sense of undulation now running down the back of the leg, unwinding the hamstrings. If you feel like your chin is starting to raise up to the ceiling, like you're starting to look behind you, well, either drop chin down or support your head. Put a folded blanket or a small pillow under your head for the rest of class. To change feet option, when your right leg's extended, you can slip your left foot up into the strap and then free your right foot back to the ground, or simply relax both feet down and breathe your left foot into strap. I'm going to take a few breaths to unwind this leg. Next time the left leg is extended, if it's right for you, put your right foot in the strap so both feet are in the strap. And slide the strap down towards your heels, like so far back on your feet, it's almost at the popping off place. And then line your heels up as close to right over your pelvis as you can feel. Your knees can be as bent as you please. Pull down on the straps, pulling your heels down, a little pressure of the heels back in. as if you're locking the head of the femur, the thigh bone, into the hip socket, and the back of your pelvis is getting broader, relaxing onto your yoga mat. When I hit the right spot, I just feel like when you crack an egg and it starts to get gooey, the ooze out. Gooey hips. And it's right for you to slide the strap up towards the toes. Option to pull back on the toes and the heels up. Another option, step your right foot on your left foot. So you're crossing the feet and pull them back. And then switch. Step left foot on the right foot. And separate the feet. Slide the strap right into the sole of the foot. And this part, supporting your legs with the strap, but let them start to fall forward. As if you let go of the strap, your legs would just fall into Shavasana. So that much release. Pelvis, sacrum still gooey, relaxed on the earth. And if you're liking this legs up position, you are welcome to orient yourself with your legs up for Shavasana. To come out, I think it's safest to just bend one knee and step one foot at a time out of the strap, but you can lower both legs down straight if you want to turn on core. Those of you who are not putting feet up the wall, once your feet on the floor, press your feet down just enough you can lift and tuck your tailbone under. Maybe get more of your low back onto the earth. Some of you will Shavasana with your knees bent, resting against each other. Some of you will extend one leg out at a time, trying to get as much of the back of the leg onto the earth as feels right to you. Releasing the hands, either palms up, or you can keep your hands on you for grounding. Tuning into what's happening here in the stillness. And then even letting that go. If you would like to continue to receive and restore in relaxation, I'll let my voice go into the background. You stay with you. Those of you coming up with my voice, move your fingers and your toes. And move slow as you bend a knee at a time. To either roll off to your side and ease your way up to sitting, or hold on behind your legs to rock yourself up. Palms together, the thumbs against your sternum, lift your heart. Bow your head to your heart. May we heal from our practice. May the fruits of our practice be enjoyed by not only us. May they better the lives of all those, near and far, seen and unseen. Namaste.